everyone. I hope all is well with you guys. This is MB coming to you today to send peace and positivity your way. Today I was out and about and I decided to stop and talk to you guys for a little bit. As you all may know, today is the big election day, and I wanted to share some information and my perspective about the election. And also, this video is for those who might be contemplating about whether to go voting or not, or for those who may not know the information that I'm going to share. So, to begin with, I have been voting for many years. This will be my first year not participating in voting, so I guess that will consider me abstention. I guess that's the word they want to use for those who don't go and vote. And when you hear my point of view, if you care to learn, you will understand why. Okay? So it does have a lot to do with my spiritual awakening and just becoming more aware of things in our society, things that took place in my life over the years. So, to begin with, I do want to say this video is not to promote anything, not to convince anyone to vote for a certain party. So, I'm going to just throw my disclaimer out there. This is just strictly an opinionated video that's just trying to help wake other people up. That's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm going to go back into a little bit of our history on the election and kind of, take little baby steps up until today. All right, so in case you all do not know, and this is some information you can research yourself, the election, the voting process began back in, I'm not good with dates, but I know it was during the ruling of the Romans. I believe the emperor named Augustus was the one that came up with the whole idea, and it's been active from that point since. So, mind you, these are the same people that also pretty much have something to do with the Bible being born. We'll just put it that way. And then, from the Bible, then Jesus came afterwards. So, but I'm not here to preach. I just want you guys to kind of see the foundation of this whole process. So basically, this political agenda, this political party is tied in with the same people who created religion. Okay? So when they tell you that, oh, we're separating church and state, that's BS. It's all tied in. It's all a political agenda that's all linked together. Okay? All right, so we kind of got that out the way. So then we fast forward a couple of centuries later, then we have America being established, okay? So then the Protestants brought that same European idea, the same Roman idea over to America, and then they decided to have the land owning whites vote, because at the time that was all who was allowed to vote. African Americans or Native Americans did not participate or wasn't allowed to participate. When things started to change and African Americans were allowed to vote and Native Americans were allowed to vote, then that's when they kind of switched things up, but then it still benefited the European or the Roman bloodline, just put it that way, or the Greco-Roman bloodline agenda and ideas. I really don't quite understand why our ancestors decided to join in a program or a political program that wasn't designed for them. It wasn't even meant for them to be a part of. I love my ancestors, but I just can't understand, or I just don't agree with every decision that was made. A lot of the things that were created in America was fit for a certain race of people, which wasn't African American people. But because we were very determined to fit in somewhere, the powers that be decided to let us join in, but then it comes with, I'll say, side effects. You know how you take medicine to get rid of a pain, but then the side effects is to create another pain. Well, that's pretty much what this is. That's what election is all about. When African Americans and or the masses join in to vote, either party that they try to vote for is still gonna be whatever the royal family want. So this is all a game. It's just a big election game. So that's basically what I want people to understand. If you have not seen any improvement in our society, in our economy over the years, but all you see is just change of people in the White House, then you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. And with that being said, I feel like our people, our African American people, need to work towards letting go of this ancient material, this ancient information. Just because, voting was created by another race of people does not mean you have to follow through on it. Just because religion was created by a certain group of people doesn't mean you have to dedicate and pretty much give all your energy to it. You know what I mean? So I think that we have enough sense, enough common sense to establish our own educational system, our own school system, our own financial banking system. I mean, we did it in Egypt, ancient Egypt back then. So I don't understand why is it so hard for all of us to come together to make something great just for us? And I kind of know why. Because the other race of people won't allow that to happen. And then we are just so weak-minded that we keep following along with all these distractions, this race war and all kinds of crazy mess that they got going on. But all right, I'm gonna get back on topic. So another thing that I feel like is really ridiculous is when we, the people, are being badgered by these election officials. It doesn't make sense that I have to get phone calls morning, noon, and night about what's my voting plan, who I'm going to vote for. Am I for Biden? Am I for Trump? Am I for Amendment 4, 5, and 6 or whatever? It doesn't make sense. And then if I ignore the call, then I'm getting a text message. And I'm like, how do these people get my number? And then if I don't answer the text messages, then I turn on the TV. Then there's commercial ads, commercial after commercial. Turn that off. Get on the computer. Another commercial programming situation. Go to my mailbox. There's flyers after flyers after flyers. And I'm like, well, dog, with all this information, all this money all this energy put into election, they might as well just pay the volunteers. They might as well squeeze in a salary for them because, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. And I don't care how hard they try to throw out all these programming systems, don't fall for it. I wouldn't fall for it. Okay. So basically, for that person, and I don't know if they will have access to this video, for that person that spent almost 4 hours on the phone trying to convince me to vote for increased minimum wage, I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to say it in the words of Biggie Smalls. More money, more problems. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. I am for equal treatment, equal pay for everyone. I think everyone their job play an important role in our society, right? But every time they increase minimum wage, they increase the prices on products and and the resources that we need to sustain, our lifestyle. You understand? And then another question I'm going to answer. She wanted to know, who am I for, Biden or Trump? This is who I am for. I am for the main person that believes in treating everyone regardless to whatever their ethnicity is. I am for everyone having access to food. No one should be hungry over in America. And not just America, all around the world. We have too much food that we get from our environment to where we should not have hungry families or children, in this world. I am for everyone having a comfortable home to live in. I am for everyone having a safe environment to live in, and an environment that they can thrive in, environment that do not include the destruction of the trees or the pollution of our air and our water and killing off these animals and people, period. I just think that we need to revise a lot of the things that we do. I don't care what excuses they can come up with, it can be done. When you have enough people that fight for the same thing, it will happen. You understand? So with all these empty premises that been passed down from centuries after century, I mean, if you look it up, that's what election is about. Election is about trying to convince the masses to go along with their agenda. That's what it's about. And all these, like I said, promises about, oh, we're going to not increase the taxes or we're going to defund the police, all of that is irrelevant. Right now, materialism is the last thing that we need to focus on. It's just too much corruption going on. We have just too much underhanded, too many people with power that can do a lot of undercover dirt and then get away with it. We just got too much of that going on, and it needs to stop. I mean, we are going to destroy our own future if it does not stop. So if none of the candidates are talking about the things that I'm talking about and putting a plan in place for those important things, then I don't have time to waste my time. I am not wasting my time on it. So to conclude this video, I'm not trying to tell anyone what to do. It is up to you. You can miss a day of work. You can miss your lunch break to go down here and join in this voting game. That is totally up to you. But I just want you to know all you're doing is standing in a long line to elect someone that the royal family or the higher power will select. Select is a big difference from elect. So, and you can sit and pray to their God all you want, but at the end of the day, we only have the power to make change. Some of those words that Michael Jackson was singing about, it was true. I mean, I know some things he did was not right, not quite right, but some of those words really make a lot of sense. So with that being said, I hope that I have shared some information that can help you make a decision and make the best decision possible. And I just, hope you don't fall for the bribery or the programming methods that they constantly use, but try your best to snap out of it and wake up.